Welcome to Family Gamer TV. Rather exciting today. As you can see, we have got hold of the new Beyblade Evolution game. Now this is the title that spans between Metal Fury and the other Metal system tops and the new Shogun Steel series and the new Shogun Steel Beyblade tops. Now my family hasn't been into Beyblades that much yet. Our kids were quite young when they first came out, but they're having a real resurgence, and I think this game is going to be really interesting to see how they use the 3DS to utilise its features, such as the camera, the 3D. So what we're going to do is give this a start and let you see what Beyblade Evolution on the 3DS has to offer. So the game is being published in the UK and globally by Rising Star, and it follows up a series of Beyblade games right back to the PlayStation 1 for the original series. More recently, on the DS, there was a GBA version and then a couple of DS versions. And like those DS versions, Beyblade Evolution will come in two variants, a standard and a collector's edition. And the collector's edition will come with a limited edition Beyblade top for you to collect. So, as you can see, the game starts up here. We've got our game start option, which I'm going to touch and get hold of my stylus. So if you have a look at these three options down the bottom, we have the Bay Story Mode. This lets you work towards being Beyblade Champion, so you go through a series of different challenges, different tournaments, and after 50 goes, you unlock the Beyblade Championship. Now as you go, you collect various different Beyblade components. Now these are the bits that make up and let you customise your Beyblade bays or tops, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. The Bay Battle Mode, this is where you can customise your Beyblades and fight against your friends, and then using a local wireless multiplayer, fight against other people, or also you can fight against characters from the game. It'll be interesting to see what characters they've included, and again we'll look at that in a short while. Then the Bay Factory Mode, this lets you check through all the different parts in what we're calling a Baypedia. Now this only lets you see the parts you have currently unlocked in the game, so you don't immediately get to see the full catalogue, which I think is maybe a shame. I'd quite like that, particularly as someone new to Beyblades, trying to distinguish all the different parts, different series, can take quite some doing, and having a resource like that will be useful. But as that grows, I think that's going to be something that our family picks up on and uses more and more. So what I'm going to do in this video is look at the Bay Story Mode. So let's create ourselves some new data. So the first thing to do is to give ourselves a name. Now, I'm going to use my son's name because I think he might be the one who's playing it more than me. We'll see. We'll probably play it together, I should think. So here we go. Blader DJ. Welcome to the world of Beyblade Evolution. I'm Blader DJ. Good to meet you. If you're Blader 2, you should try reach the top of the Blader as a World Championship. The World Championship is a contest that opens after the 50th turn. Now this is where you have to work through a sort of a churn of getting used to how the game works and collecting your different Beyblade components so that you're in a position to take on the championship. Still plenty of time left, yes, and we'll be working through that. If you want to make friends and rivals, you can then do Bay battles and minigames. Now there's a variety of minigames. Some of them are sort of memory challenges, asking you to remember different Beyblade components, and often the sort of the characters and the symbols on the tops themselves. But also some sort of 3D strategy action games as well, which expands the gameplay beyond just the battling of tops that we'll see in a bit. Right then, so we're going to head to the park as Blader DJ suggests and go and see our first battle. Now at the bottom screen here you have a map, and this is where you can navigate around, and as you play these different areas will open up. Some of them will be places where you can go and buy components, and some of them where you will find the battles or mini games. So we'll go to the park, and when you do that, on the top screen you see the person you're going to be fighting. Now I don't know if you can recognise this character. If you're followers of the Beyblade series, then you probably will think, you probably have a good idea who that is. Ginka Hagani, I think is how you pronounce him, but we'll see if that's right. Yeah, there we go. Ginka. So you meet these characters, and then they often will challenge you to a battle. And as you go, you meet a different variety of characters from the show. And something of a story gets told on the top screen. But really, this is all about getting down to the battling. So here we're going to have our tutorial where he's going to show us how to fight our Beyblades with the 3DS. And this is a really nice aspect of this game, because it really simulates not only the sort of the way the different Beyblades interact and battle each other, but also the way that you rip the cord out of the tops as you would in real life. So you can see, as he's suggesting here, you pull the cord, you pull the DS back in the same way that you would a cord, and getting the timing right on that is really important, so you get the maximum amount of energy into your top. So let's have a quick go. Now, before you play each of the battles, you have some stats. Now, anyone who's familiar with Beyblades will recognise the attack, defence and stamina elements, and those bars fill up to represent how the components of your different Beyblade spinning tops make it behave. An attack style top will move very quickly and will bash into other Beyblades and try and knock them out of the arena. A defence top will try and counter that, and a stamina top should have more momentum, because the thing about this is if you don't get knocked out of the arena, it's all about who stays spinning the longest. At the bottom, if we select set deck, this is where we can pick ours. Now here, this is where you would normally customise yours. It's given us a starter Beyblade top of Evil Wolf 130 SD. Now this isn't a top I've come across before. The closest I've seen to it in the collection is from Beyblade Metal Masters of Evil Wolf DF145FS. So perhaps this is a slightly mixed up variant. I think this sort of sets the scene that you're not only going to be battling Beyblades out of the packet or as they come in their default form, but also sort of mixed up versions that you'll customise. And you do that customisation on the bottom screen. So tapping here, you can go into the customise section of the game. Now this is where you can go through the different elements. So first of all, if we click here, you can see the different parts. So you have the pin, and then the different elements, each of which has a different name. And you could then drag the particular element that you want to use up. And as you play, you'll get more of these. And you can see here, you start to get different stats appearing on the screen that lets you combine the different components to make a Beyblade top in the form that you want to battle. So we don't have any different configurations to apply because we just started the game. So let's just go with our default one. We'll return to our battle with Ginka and then go start battle. Now this is where you need to put your stylus down, touch the bottom screen, and this is all about timing. So you can look around the stadium with the tilt and get it right, and then pull it back to rip. Now that's a good one, so that means that I got relatively good amount of speed. I'm the top there with the blue triangle top of it, and we've both got quite a bit of attack, so we're spinning around. I didn't hit mine in the middle, which may have been better to give myself a bit more longevity, but it looks like without contact I've come away the winner. Now get a little replay at the end. I quite like that. The camera zooms in. You can see the stadium as well. So that's our first Beyblade battle in Beyblade Evolution, and I won. Not a bad way to start our career. And then you get an overview at the end, and you can see that Ginka had more of an attack and less stamina, which meant because we didn't make contact, the simulation applied these different elements, and I had more momentum in my top, so that I won. So we'll carry on, see what he's got to say for himself. So he seems relatively impressed, and just reiterates the fact that you really do need to launch at the right moment. It's just after that one has been said or has been on the screen, and you get the maximum amount of momentum into your top. So you go, and then after that you have a look around the map, and different parts of the map will open up, so you can then go to your next location, and in that location you'll see your next character. Now, wonder whether anyone who follows the series can recognise this. Now my guess, I'm not sure, my guess is that this might be Kenta Yumiya. If if I'm saying that right. So we'll go yes. We'll give him a battle. Yes, so this is one of our first characters we're seeing from the series, and he sort of has a bit of interaction. Of course, Kenta was in Metal Fusion, Metal Master, and Metal Fury, getting a year older each time, and was well known for his Flame Sagittario C145S and his Flash Sagittario 230WD. So it'll be interesting to see if he pulls out one of these when he's fighting us. And he gives us a nice little bit of instruction as well, so quite generous. If he's going to be battling, he suggests that if we want for attack types, we really need to get it thrown to the edge of the stadium to get it going around the edge. And this strategy of how you launch your Beyblades is a big part of how you play the game in real life, and both the angle and the direction where they land needs to be adjusted for different Beyblades. If you're not careful and attack Beyblade, you'll just end up going round and round in circles around the edge and not actually attacking the Beyblade in the middle. And you really need to make a contact if you're going to be in attack style. So you do that by angling it a bit more, and you do smaller circles, and that means you're going to sweep through the middle and pick up any Beyblades that are hiding there, trying to just keep their momentum. So here we go. Suggesting for balance types, you should launch between the centre and the outer edge of the stadium. Of course, these are ones which have both attack and defence and a bit of momentum. So quite a lot of tactics coming in. I like the way that those tactics match what you see in the real world of Beyblades. So here we go. So we're going to see which of his Beyblades he pulls out. So that's the Flame Sagittario C145S. Which is the top I really like, actually. And it's one that was available at retail as part of the Metal Fusion series. So what we could do is we could go back to our set deck and potentially mix up what we've got. But again, we haven't gone and bought or won any other components, so we have to stick with ours. But it's worth having a look to see. So he's got much more stamina than us, and not so much attack. So we want to get in and actually make some contact with him this time. So we're going to start this round. When you start, it just reminds you that you should put your DS flat on the table just so that you've got the maximum chance of using all that tilt functionality. So we're going to try aim to the edge a bit. 3, 2, 1, whip. So that's quite good. I got a bit around the edge, and my Beyblade's going to be doing that sort of circling. Now I need it to get into the middle and actually make contact, because if we don't make contact, the Flame Sagittario is going to have more momentum than me, I think, that we're going to see. It depends, of course, also how well we ripped at the beginning. Go on. I need to get my Evil Wolf in. Are they going to touch? Are they going to touch? Yes. Well, they touched, but surprisingly, my Evil Wolf lost out. And I would have thought it would have won because it had a better attack, but perhaps on a defence basis, the simulation that's applied here meant that I got flung out because I was on the outer edge. So I lost that one, but you can't win them all. So let's see what we've got to say for himself now. So pretty generous, even though he won. He's not rubbing it in. And we move on. So he's talking about combining your Bay type with your proper launch position. It's the best way to win. We'll catch you later. And he's just mentioned also there's the plaza there, which is the next place to go and have a Bay battle. But I think for our first episode on Beyblade Evolution, that's probably giving you a good feel of the game. And we'll come back with another episode where we look at the plaza and we go on to look at buying Beyblade parts, customising the blades, and also maybe look at which characters and which tops are going to be included in the game. So that's all we've got time for this episode, but subscribe to get a reminder when the next episode of Beyblade Evolution comes out. And like and comment, you know, what tops are your favourite, which Beyblades have really worked for you, which is your favourite Beyblade series. Do you still hanker after the days of the originals, or are you into the Metal System, Metal Fusion, Metal Masters, Metal Fury? And as Shogun still starts hitting the shops, what do you make of those? You know, are we seeing a resurgence in Beyblade? So I would love to hear what you've got to say, and we'll be back with more Beyblade Evolution soon.